I became a family caregiver in 2019 when DHS got involved with my grandchild for my daughter. I stepped in and I took him.
When my son Jeremy was born, he was born with congenital birth defects that resulted in multiple medical needs and developmental needs. So he's had multiple surgeries, NICU, and hospitalizations.
We found out in utero that our unborn child had Down syndrome, and we were off to the races. That was as simple as it was.
Well, the first person I care for, I was born from. The second I married, and the third we adopted. So I have a son with autism. We have a son with autism. He's 25 years old. My husband is in stage 5 kidney failure, waiting for hopefully a living donor and is on dialysis. And then my 85-year-old mother, who is pretty physically incapacitated, lives with us also. And 3 dogs, so there's that, yeah.
Well, it started with my dad's health, and then he ended up doing something where he gave my sister to somebody else, so I had to fight for her. I had already been somewhat doing guardianship with him at the time, but since his health declined so bad, I just decided to go ahead and do full time with her.
So Mom moved down, and she's cognitively intact, but she has macular degeneration. She's lost the vision in one eye. She, like I said, 2 heart attacks, 2 pulmonary embolisms. So she moved down here 2 years ago now. And she really just needs, it's more about the socialization. Because like I said, Mom's completely intact mentally, but she gets lonely. Our goal is for her to age in place until she's no longer alive.
The best thing about being a caregiver is I have my grandson. He's with me. I don't have to worry about him being with someone else. I'm making sure that he gets everything he needs as far as counseling, just love, the love that I'm giving him. And also he's brought love to me because I've had some circumstances happen and he's brought life back into me. So we're helping each other in a way.
It would be Jeremy. He is very fun. He's got such a unique personality. He has a contagious laugh. He's just a unique little boy, and he's a lot of fun. So that's my favorite thing about it.
The best thing about being a caregiver for my son is watching him just blow past all of the milestones that people told us and tell us over and over that he's not going to achieve. And so he proves people wrong every single day, and I love that.
That everybody I love the most in this world is under one roof. That the time that we're spending with my mom and the relationship and the time my son gets to spend with his grandmother and my husband, I mean, just that intergenerational 24/7, all living the same life is incredible. You know, a phone call to your grandmother, every night is not the same than being able to walk down the hall and go hang out with her in her room.
Once my sister, so I love it. I know that she's always safe, and I'm able to give her, the best resources that I can possibly give her. And I'm just family. I know that she's always protected, so it makes me happy.
I really feel like this is my life complete circle. My parents gave to me the ability to give back to them, and it's hard for me to say this without crying, but I wasn't the easiest teenager. I owe my mom a few things. And so the ability to give back to her, to make her feel at peace and safe, has been invaluable. It's been healing for me to be able to take care of my mom.
The most challenging thing is when I got him, he basically has some stuff that happened to him, tragedies. And so dealing with his mental and emotional state, even at the age of 6, is hard. but thank God for grandparents raising grandkids and other places that have helped me and have led me to get him the care that he needs to help him to become a productive citizen and to just overcome life. He's had a hard start at life, even at the age of 6. So it's been really hard for both of us, but I'm not giving up on him.
It's the constant 24/7 care. He requires 24/7. He doesn't understand why he needs to take medicine, or you can't leave him alone because he could get hurt. He doesn't understand he needs to take a bath or that he needs to wear his oxygen. If he wakes up in the middle of the night, I have to get up and go in there and see what's going on. Or if his sats start dropping, I have to make sure he's still breathing, that he has his oxygen on, and then just making sure he has all his medical supplies, that he has all his prescriptions that he needs to take.
So the most challenging thing right now is just watching the developmental gap between he and his typically developing peers grow wider. They're starting to pull away from him, and so he's kind of getting left behind a little bit. So socially, it's hard to watch that happen.
You know, I think a lot of the challenges come from everybody's on their own schedule, but I seem to be the mothership of the calendar. I end up with a lot of responsibility for getting people where they need to be and making all of that happen. And I can't just walk out the door for a couple of days. I've got to make sure that mom has everything she needs, that I've got caregivers to come in and take my place, because I hate to put the burden of taking care of her on my husband. He doesn't feel good on dialysis days, and so he really needs to be cared for on those days. And, you know, I laugh a lot because when your autistic son becomes your wingman, I mean, you can tell you got some stuff going on in your house. Yeah.
Being her big sister, I feel like sometimes she feels like she doesn't have to listen to me always. And I'm like, no, I'm still like your guardian, but I'm still your sister too. And then her being 14. You know, I'm 27, so I'm like trying to learn how to raise a 14-year-old. I'm like, it's fun, but it can be difficult at times for sure. So
I would say the most challenging is the unspoken sense of need. She doesn't say it, but when I'm home and I'm doing something, I think, oh gosh, I should go out there. I put it on myself, but it's really heavy. I've talked to a lot of other people my age that are doing this, and that's when I say that, people go, oh my gosh, you're right, that's what it is. They're not being demanding. It's your own sense of, I need to be doing more, I need to be interacting more, and I think that puts too much burden on the caregiver.
Thank God for my family. They help me out when they can. But I recently got involved with a place that give me vouchers where you can find somebody who you trust to watch your kid, give you a break. They will pay them for you. They'll pay them up to $100 a voucher. You get 4 vouchers that you have to use within maybe 3-4 months. So that has been helpful. You know, there's programs in the grandparents raising grandkids that help all of us out, because a lot of us grandparents are dealing with kids that have drug problems, emotional problems. Some even have mental health issues, you know, and we're having to pick up the pieces, and it's harder for us because we've raised our children. So coming into parenthood again is very hard, and we need that break. And so I'm thankful for that program.
Jeremy, he qualifies for nursing 12 hours, 7 days a week through the medically fragile waiver. So when he has a nurse, I can actually get a break. They're here from 7 a.m. to 7 p. So 8 hours of that is me going to work. So the evenings, I kind of get a break before they leave. So that's really my break, is when I have a nurse. And I can go take a nap, or, you know, usually it's take a nap.
There's several ways that I get a break. One is there are retreats that have been offered by the state that my wife and I have been able to attend. we're lucky. My parents live down here. My little sister lives here, and so we have family that is built in to just come over and help us out when we need it. And then we have a really strong connection with the Down Syndrome Association here, and so there's opportunities through that association to take breaks as well.
Now, we do have some phenomenal home health caregivers that come in and help with my mom, and they've been with us for 3 years, and they're like extended family at this point. So, you know, I really, it ends up being for work 90% of the time when it's a respite and I've got to go out of town and travel to go meet with a donor or be part of an event or something. But really, the one thing I've learned is I have to be nurtured creatively just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. So I am in one play a year. It creates its own issues because I'm gone every night for weeks in rehearsals, but it feeds my soul and it makes me feel things. And it gives me something that is just mine, and I love it. And I've made dear, dear, dear friends doing that. So that's really kind of my getaway.
My daughter, Padme's grandma, has been stepping up now, so she's taking the kids, and then when sister has friends, she goes stay the night with them, so it gives me a little bit of break.
So my sister is going to then take my mom to Tennessee to see the first great-grandchild and keep her for a week, and then she'll drive her home. So during that week, my husband and I are going to go camping because that's restorative to us, is to be outside. If we can be outside and be in nature. But if not, really just having the designated downtime that I'm not doing anything, I'm just relaxing. It's like once I take that pressure off myself, then I can just enjoy hanging out. So I don't have to go somewhere to feel better. I just need to declare space to not have to worry about it for a little bit.